This year's Nobel Prize winners for physiology or medicine have just been announced. Katalin, Kariko, and Weissman have just won because of their work with mRNA, which led to the development of effective mRNA vaccines against COVID. The reason this is significant is because previously, vaccines were made with either killed or weakened viruses or with viral components. In the 1980s, we produced ways to make mRNA in a lab. It was called in vitro transcription. Just a quick refresher on what mRNA is. It's basically just a small amount of genetic code that provides instructions to make a specific protein. However, even with this in vitro technology, the issue was that the mRNA was unstable. This doesn't mean that it was reactive or explosive, it just means it fell apart really easily. And that unfortunately made it a challenge to deliver it. And additionally, if you ever were able to deliver that mRNA, it still caused an immune response. For that reason, even though this technology was available, it wasn't very useful yet. So both Kariko and Weissman went back to the drawing board and tried to figure out what is happening here. Why do we have an immune response? So what they realized is that in our cells, when they make mRNA, they typically modify that mRNA. They chemically modify it. And when we were making it in a lab, that mRNA wasn't modified. So then they thought maybe because it's not modified, our body is identifying it as a foreign substance, and that's why it's producing an immune response. So they decided to test this theory, and what they did was they chemically modified the mRNA that they made in the lab. And lo and behold, they were right. All the ones that they chemically modified didn't produce an inflammatory response, whereas the ones that were not modified did produce an inflammatory response. So then they took their groundbreaking findings and published it in 2005. And these findings have fundamentally changed the way that we understand how mRNA interacts with our immune system. Thanks to all their work during the pandemic, companies were able to make all of these mRNA vaccines at record speed, which really helped save countless lives.